This video is sponsored by PTCGLstore.com, a great place for you to buy Pokemon TCG code cards. Please remember to use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so that you can get a 5% discount. Before going into the video, please take a second to click that like button, and we're on the road to getting 9,000 subscribers to this channel, so please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for all of your support, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content I put out in this channel. In today's video, I'll be showcasing Tsareena EX from the Paradox Rift expansion set. Tsareena EX is a Stage 2 terrestrialized water-type Pokemon with a whopping 310 HP. It has two awesome attacks. The first one is Icicle Soul. For just 1 grass energy, put damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon until its remaining HP is 30. What makes this attack super powerful is that it can target any Pokemon on your opponent's board, whether in the active spot or the bench, and any bench barrier will not stop it because it is considered an effect of an attack rather than an attack damage. This attack will be our main focus for this build. Its second attack is also really great. For 2 grass energies, Trap Kick deals 180 damage, after which you can heal 30 damage from this Pokemon and it recovers from all special conditions. Turning this build into a control deck makes it possible thanks to the new VANILLUXE with the Frigid Room ability, which pretty much immobilizes your opponent's Pokemon with 40 HP or less. Those Pokemon cannot attack. VANILLUXE's ability is really broken because it affects your opponent's Pokemon directly, which means it can just stop all of your opponent's attacks from taking place unless your opponent can heal their Pokemon. I also added 2 copies of Panic Mask in this build just as a precaution so that your Pokemon with this on cannot be damaged by an attack from a Pokemon with 40 HP or less. Setting up your Tsareena EX and VANILLUXE is fairly simple because these are both water-type Pokemon. So as long as you can set up your basic Pokemon on your bench and you have access to Irida, this will allow you to find 1 water-type Pokemon from your deck and 1 item card. And most likely you will want to get a rare candy so that you can evolve your Stage 2 water-type Pokemon. So now that you've evolved into your Tsareena EX and VANILLUXE and you've reduced all the HP of your opponent's attackers, you now have a few options to win the game. First is to just wait until your opponent decks out. Second is to just knock out their Pokemon one at a time. Or you can also use Hisuian Braviary to finish off all of your opponent's Pokemon, thanks to its attack Eerie Cry. For 0 energy, you put 3 damage counters on all of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. And finally, you can also use the Technical Machine Devolution. For just a single energy, you can have one of your Pokemon use the Devolution attack, which pretty much just devolves all of your opponent's Pokemon. So theoretically speaking, if all of your opponent's Pokemon in play are Evolution Pokemon, and all of them have a lot of damage already, you just devolve them all and instantly knock out all of your opponent's Pokemon in play. The overall strategy of this build may take you a little bit of time to fully accomplish during a match, but once you do, you'll realize that Tsareena EX is overpowered, especially when paired with VANILLUXE. This build is crazy good. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below, and now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Tsareena EX. Alright, on to our first match. In this one, we are actually going second, although I do prefer going first because we have a lot of Stage 2 Pokemon that we need to evolve into, set up our basic, and then find those rare candies. That way on turn 2, we can even start attacking with our Tsareena EX. For the meantime, my opponent will start with a Gimmighoul in the active spot, so we're going against a Gholdengo EX build, which is pretty dangerous because Tsareena EX is actually weak against Metal type. So even with just a few energies to discard, they can actually deal a lot of damage to our Tsareena EX despite its high HP. I'm gonna go ahead and use their Mesagoza here. Hopefully we can get heads and get us started. Alright, cool. And first things first, of course, is to set up our draw engines. So we're gonna just grab a Bidoof, and I will have to use a Iono here and hope for the best. Alright, cool. We got a Bibarel for our next turn and 3 Bounce Sweets. Nice. And I'll set up these 3, put an energy to Vanillite, and then I'm going to retreat it to preserve it, and then that way hopefully we can draw into a rare candy, into a VANILLUXE, and even a Tsareena EX. So those are the 2 Pokemon that you really want to set up. And while my opponent has not yet evolved into a Gholdengo EX, they will boss my Vanillite, which is a problem because if they can evolve into a Gholdengo EX, there it is. They can use coin bonus to draw 2 cards in the active spot, and with enough energies in their hand to discard and attack, they could knock out our Vanillite. But we do have a few Tsareena EX to spare, so we can continue to evolve into Tsareena, but we need to also evolve into a VANILLUXE. They will get a knockout against our Vanillite, which is a problem, so we have to set up another one. So we don't have any other choice anyway, so we're just gonna put our Bounce Suite in the active spot and then evolve into Bibarel. We also have Squovit. I'll draw 4 cards here. We have our Iridas, okay. But how are we gonna get our energies is the question. So I'll just go ahead and evolve into one of our Tsareenas. Maybe we can reduce the HP of this and then just get another Vanillite with our Nest Ball. So let me see if we can get a stage 1 Pokemon with Mesagoza. Alright, we got heads. Let me see if I can get a Steenie. That's one step closer to evolving into another Tsareena EX, although we need 1 energy. Squovit, I'm taking a chance here. Give me an energy, please. Dude, we actually got one. That is insane. All right, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and energize our Tsareena EX, and we're gonna use Icicle Soul to put damage counter on their active Gholdengo EX, leaving it with only 30 HP left. Dude, this Squovit is insane. Squovit is the best card, best Pokemon, draw Pokemon in the game, I tell ya. But we are still vulnerable to attack from this Gholdengo EX because we don't have any VANILLUXE evolved yet. So they can actually still attack and even get a knockout with all those cards. If those are energy cards they can discard, Tsareena EX being weak to metal. So there it is, make it rain. They will attack. Do they have enough energies? Yes, they do. 4 energies in the discard pile, hitting for 400 damage because of Tsareena EX's weakness. I will put this Steenie in the active spot. Maybe we can just find another Tsareena EX and continue our goal of reducing the HP of all of their attackers. For the meantime, I will just use Super Rod and recover those 3 so that we can continue to set them up in case they target it. We got Tails with this Mesagoza, but we still have a few cards to draw with Industrious Incisors. And okay, Panic Mask could be helpful, but we don't have a Tsareena to evolve into though, so that's gonna be a problem. I might just have to, well, we can't knock out their Gholdengo EX. Hisuian Heavy Ball gets us another Bidoof. I could set up another Bibarel actually, and then me use Nestash again. Can we get anything here? VANILLUXE, okay. Well, we can't really do anything else, so I'm just gonna end my turn. What's probably gonna happen here is if my opponent doesn't have any switching option, they can attach an energy to their active Gholdengo EX, but it cannot damage our Steenie because it has Panic Mask. Any Pokemon with 40 HP or less, it cannot deal any damage to our Steenie. So if they don't have any switching card, that energy attachment for turn will go to the active if they want to retreat it. But that also means they cannot attach an energy to their benched Gholdengo EX to attack. So that could save us a turn here. They will put an energy to their benched Gholdengo EX. But like I said, if they have a switch, they could knock out my Steenie, and then that's gonna be a big problem. So let's see what my opponent does here. If they don't have a switch, we will survive another turn. Alright, cool, they pass. We actually survived, nice. Let's go ahead and use Masagoza. We can get a Tsareena EX with this one. Nice, we got heads. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and get our Tsareena EX, evolve our active, and then we can reduce the HP of their bench Gholdengo EX, and hopefully we can get rare candy. Yes, we did. We can evolve finally into a Vanilluxe, and that will activate its ability. So now any Pokemon with 30 HP or 40 HP or less will no longer be able to attack. So we're just gonna use Icicle Soul and hit this benched Gholdengo EX. So now both of their main attackers are unable to attack at all. And that's the beauty with Vanilluxe's ability, you know. It's not like Panic Mask, where Panic Mask actually is protecting our Pokemon, whereas Vanilluxe ability affects their Pokemon, so they just cannot attack. Panic Mask, let's say they attack and then their attack is unblockable, that Panic Mask will be useful, but with Vanilluxe ability, they just cannot attack at all. So they're setting up another Gholdengo EX with the Gimmighoul on their bench. We just have to wait for it to evolve before we start using Tsareena EX's ability or attack to reduce its HP. But they will put their Aegislash in the active spot. So Tsareena EX cannot damage this Aegislash, but we can put damage counters on it. So it is not immune to our first attack. So now we have two barrels set up. We can draw more cards as we need to, and I'm gonna charge up Squovit, and you know what, it's probably not gonna make any big difference, but we can use it to attack if we need to. I'm gonna use Masagoza, see if we can evolve into another Tsareena EX. Yes, we got heads. So let me get another one just as a backup attacker. And then we can draw more cards with our second Bibarel. Very nice. Okay, we are all set. We can even use Iono to just disrupt their hand for a little bit while we continue to attack. Alright, what do we got here? Ultra Ball, we don't really need it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Icicle Soul on Aegislash. That's going to prevent it from attacking as well. And this Aegislash from Paradox Rift actually has an unblockable attack. So this is a good example of Panic Mask not working. So even with Panic Mask, because Aegislash attack is unblockable, it's just going to damage our Pokemon. But with Vanilluxe ability, because they cannot attack, they can't damage us at all. And it's just really good, man. Vanilluxe is so broken. And with this Tsareena to reduce HP, that is insane. This is a huge, like a really broken control deck. You can prevent your opponent from playing the game completely. So they've managed to evolve into another Aegislash and another Gholdengo, but they can't switch out their Aegislash. So what we're going to do is just continue to reduce the HP of their Pokemon. So this third Gholdengo will be reduced. Its HP will be reduced down to 30. And we have one more Aegislash to take care of, and go from there. And then probably just deck out my opponent if we need to. And they're gonna continue to draw, but that's pretty much all they can do at this point. I don't think they carry any water energy, so we don't really have to worry about Radiant Greninja to attack. Okay, they can recover energies to put onto their hand, but they're just gonna pass. They cannot attack. They don't have enough energies to their Aegislash anyways. So I'm just gonna Nest Stash here. And then we got a Vanillish. Okay, let's see if we can see any useful cards. I don't think we really have any cards that we can use, but let me just see what's in the deck here. Alright. And then if I can get a boss's orders, that would be nice. Probably start knocking out those Gholdengos, because that's one of our win conditions or win options. There's the boss. Okay, we can use that. Finish off one of their Gholdengo. But for now, we're just going to use Icicle Soul and then reduce their other Eggy Slash's HP down to 30. So now even their Eggy Slash will not be able to attack. Okay, Eggy Slash is fully energized. For 2 energies, it can attack for 120 unblockable. But again, VANILLUXE will prevent it from attacking, so it's not it's not gonna attack. None of their Pokemon is going to attack for the remainder of this game. That's it. They're locked out. So unless they have any way to not deck out, I mean, we have our Squovit to continue to shuffle our hand back to the deck. So we have an infinite card here. We're not gonna deck out ever. And keeping my opponent from attacking is just, that's it. They're locked out. They're locked out of the game. They cannot attack. They can't do anything. They will not have any win condition. So there are a few cards that actually can get around this. All right, so they're gonna pass. Hold on. Let's just think about how we can win this game faster. For the meantime, I could just use my boss orders and just get a knockout here. I could use my Tsareena EX. Dropkick will deal 180 damage. And then that's going to get us 2 prizes. So we can do this slowly. Get knockouts. And then just get our 6 prizes this way. But yeah, there are a few ways around this. There is the new Professor Turo, where you can just get one of your Pokemon from the board and just put it to their hand. So that's one way to remove your Pokemon with damages on it. Another way around Tsareena EX is if you don't evolve your Pokemon right away. So Tsareena EX can reduce the HP of your pre-evolution, and then just leave it at that. Then when you're ready to attack, then you evolve it. That's the easiest way you can actually go against the Tsareena EX. Or if you have any healing cards in your deck, maybe a healing Pokemon or an item card or something like that, that can prevent VANILLUXE ability from taking into effect on your Pokemon. So my opponent will stall with Iono, shuffling back cards to their deck. And for the meantime, we're just gonna try and find a way to actually win this game a lot faster. So we don't have access to another boss, which is a big problem. So we can't really damage this Eggy Slash unless we use our other single prize Pokemon. So Bibarel is another option, you know. And I'm just gonna reduce their Radiant Greninja's HP down to 30, and then await my opponent to set up another Gholdengo if they have it. But other than that, yeah, VANILLUXE is just gonna stay there and then keep my opponent from attacking. Another way to win against this Tsareena EX is if you can set up a lot faster than it. Stage 2 Pokemon is a little bit difficult to set up. You know, we had pretty good cards that we drew into, being able to set up our Tsareena EX and VANILLUXE fairly quickly. But yeah, there's nothing my opponent cannot do. I mean, there's nothing my opponent can do. They can't attack. There's nothing. They're locked out of the game. So I'm just going to continue to pass until my opponent just concedes. And then we can build up our energy. And then retreat into our barrel. Maybe start attacking. They're gonna use Iono again. Okay, there's an energy, so that's good. We can even use big air balloon to retreat our Tsareena. Keep energizing our barrel, and then attack with it. But I think that's our only win condition at this point, at least to make it faster. But we can just wait until my opponent decks out. Just continue to pass, or until my opponent concedes, whichever one comes first. So I'm just gonna continue to pass, see what happens. Alright, we have plenty of energy. I could probably start building up my barrel at this point, because if my opponent has some way to keep themselves from decking out, yeah, I think charging up the barrel is the fastest way to win this, because you know, they still have 11 cards left in the deck, and then if they have an Iono, they could just reshuffle it back to their deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge up Tsareena and my turn, and I could save up my big air balloon just in case they have a boss to slow down my VANILLUXE. So I'll charge up my barrel. And yeah, I think I'll just put it on Tsareena. That's fine. And then we're gonna try Tail Smash. We have to flip tails to succeed though. And we got tails. We got heads. So that's nice. That's gonna finish off this Eggy Slash. It's only immune to EX and V damage, so it is not immune to barrel. Now we are just knocking out their defense against our Tsareena EX, and then they're gonna present their other Eggy Slash. We got a pal pad, so we have boss orders available to us. I'll just recover Arven and boss orders, and then go for another chance with Tail Smash. Maybe we can knock out this second Eggy Slash, and there it is. Yes, let's go. So that's 2 prizes that we've taken. All we have to do is knock out one of their other Gholdengo to win. And my opponent's just gonna scoop. There's nothing else they can do. Very good game. There you have it, guys. Good game. Alright, cool. So we actually won the coin flip this time around. So we are going first. And we have Bounce Suite to go into the active spot, which is really nice. And we're going against a Charizard EX build. They're gonna start with a Charmander in their active spot. I will put Manaphy in play, just because we don't have any other Pokemon. And if they can manage to knock out Bounce Suite, it is weak to fire, so I don't know if they have any shenanigan that they can use and attack with a fire Pokemon, knock out our Bounce Suite. We can just lose this game in the very first turn. So Manaphy is there just to make sure that we don't lose this game on my opponent's first turn, going second. They're going to use Iono. We will lose our Irida. We could have used that actually to evolve into a Tsareena EX. But we got it anyways. That's fine. Battle VIP Pass. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think this one of Battle VIP Pass is used. I have one in the deck because I was thinking if I go second, I could use Arven or something like that to search it out and then set up more basic Pokemon. But since we always want to go first, the likelihood of us getting this Battle VIP Pass is very slim. So we're just going to evolve into a Tsareena EX. We have 1 energy, and I think I'm just going to take a knockout against this Charmander, but let's see. I'll have to set up Vanillites. Let me get a Bidoof. Yeah, maybe we'll get a really good prize card here. I'll just take a knockout with Drop Kick against this Charmander, and then get a prize. Hopefully we get something good. We got a basic energy. We'll have to rely on a good card from our draw next turn, otherwise we're gonna get stuck. But I'm not too worried about them evolving into a Charizard EX. It's not gonna deal enough damage to knock out our Tsareena EX, but We still have a few steps before we can set up another Vanilluxe, or set up a Vanilluxe and prevent them from attacking. But what I could do is reduce this Charizard EX's HP down to 30 and then go from there. The unfortunate thing about Tsareena EX, we are using grass energies, but we are a water type, so we're not hitting for weakness. We can actually knock out this Charizard EX if we were a grass type Pokemon. We got a Bounce Sweet again. I could energize it and then go from there. Let me just use Icicle Soul. I think is the best option, really. Reduce the HP of this Charizard EX down to 30. So despite it damaging us for 240 damage, we might be able to actually knock it out. But they're gonna use Iono. Okay, I am okay with that. With that much pressure on their Charizard EX being knocked out, I would actually do that same thing. But it does give your opponent a chance. Like what happened to us, we only had one card left, but look, we have a big barrel that will help us draw extra cards, and we have our Vanillites that we need so that we can set up our Vanilluxe. And again, what we're gonna try and do here is just lock my opponent out from ever attacking. So if they're not careful and if they don't have any cards to heal up their Pokemon or to get it out of play, we are going to be able to win this game. But for the meantime, we are actually losing prizes. So I'm just going to promote my Bounce Sweet in the active spot. We have a Tsareena EX. We just need a rare candy to be able to evolve it. So I'm just going to reduce my hand as much as I can. And we got an Iono. Okay. Panic Mask can actually help here because they only have one Charizard EX. I'm going to use Iono. Maybe we can get a rare candy in a Tsareena. We did not get a Tsareena EX, but we got another Bounce Sweet, so I'm okay with that. And then maybe I can take a chance knockout here. If we get heads. Yes! Okay, cool. That's actually pretty awesome. We were able to hit for 30 damage, but double that because Charizard EX is weak against grass. So we actually hit for 60 damage. Not too bad. So now we are on a mission here. Oh, okay. They will evolve into another Charizard EX that will allow them to attack for a lot of damage, knocking out our Bounce Sweet, it only having 60 HP. But let's see what we can do here. We have rare candy. We can evolve our Tsareena EX, and then I could get an item card to energy search and then power up our Tsareena EX. But I also want to evolve into a Vanilluxe. So I can get a Vanilluxe, but no rare candy. See what I could do here. Let me promote my Bounce Sweet in the active spots. Dude, we got a rare candy from our top deck. That is insane. This game is broke, dude. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Vanilluxe, get an energy search for my Tsareena EX to reduce down this Charizard EX's HP. So we're gonna set up our Vanilluxe first. Now any Pokemon that my opponent has that's less than 40 HP cannot attack. Let's get our energy with this energy search, and then we use Industrious Incisors. I don't want to fill up my bench just yet because we might need Panic Mask. Okay, we might need a Squovit to prevent us from decking out. But for now, I'm going to set up another Bounce Sweet and then use Icicle Soul to reduce this Charizard EX's HP down to 30. Now with Vanilluxe in play, my opponent will not be able to attack. Its ability is preventing our opponent from attacking. So now we are on a great spot here. They can evolve into a Pidgeot EX, but it's not gonna be a great attacker. It will deal 120, but we can also reduce its HP down to 30 and then continue to prevent their Pokemon from attacking. They need to set up more Charmanders and into Charizard EX if they hope to win this game. But if not, yeah, we're just gonna prevent them. The Frigid Room ability is insane. Frigid Room, it's broken, man. This Tsareena EX VANILLUXE combo is broken. It's broke. There's only a few Pokemon that can, or a few cards that can actually get around this. I was thinking also Toedscruel with its ability to prevent any effects of attacks. So Tsareena EX's Icicle Soul attack will not work. Let me slowly evolve into a Tsareena EX. Use Irida. Both players will shuffle their hand and both will get 3. I'm looking for a boss's orders. Yes, okay, we got a boss orders, but we already used up our Irida. For the meantime, I'm just going to reduce the HP of their Pidgeot EX. So now, the only problem with my opponent here is, well, that it's their problem basically. Because even if they evolve into a Charizard EX, since we haven't really knocked out any of their Pokemon, we're still down to 3. And they're not dealing enough damage to knock out our Tsareena EX. So now it's a problem for them, because even if they evolve into a Charizard EX, we'll just reduce its HP down to 30 and then prevent it from attacking. And we're not even worried about this Tsareena EX in the active from getting knocked out once we accomplish that. And with the boss orders, we can slowly knock out their Pokemon until we get all of our prizes. We need 3 left, and it's gonna seal the deal. And the strong thing about Tsareena EX is that you can reduce any Pokemon in the board. That is insane. It's really, 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 really broken. If somebody breaks this card, I feel like it's gonna get banned at some point. Your only real option against this is to use Toedscruel EX or like healing cards. So for now, I'm just gonna use Rare Candy, get Big Air Balloon, evolve into another VANILLUXE just in case my opponent targets it. But we're gonna use Icicle Soul and reduce their active Charizard EX's HP down to 30. So now they don't have any attackers. The only ones that can attack is their Bibarel or whatever. They can boss my Pokemon into the active, but we have Big Air Balloon. That's one of the reasons why I put Big Air Balloon in this deck, right? It's actually to prevent them from trapping our VANILLUXE in the active spot. So with Big Air Balloon, we can put that on our stage 2 VANILLUXE, and then it will reduce its retreat cost by 2, allowing it to freely retreat. Having 2 VANILLUXE in play is not necessary, but we've already set up our goal here, preventing my opponent from attacking. So yeah, at this point, we just need another energy, and then we can keep attacking with Tsareena EX, but we need another energy. One way to reduce my hand is to use an Ultra Ball. I could probably use Arven. So I'm just going to retreat into Tsareena EX, and I'm just going to use Icicle Soul, reduce Bibarel's HP down to 30 HP. So the easiest, okay, there's a concession. Very good game. There you have it. Alright, on to our next match. We are going to mulligan here. We did win the coin flip though, so we are going first, which I do prefer. But I've also incorporated a 1-1 line of Hisuian Braviary in this deck. So in the last few matches that I've showcased is actually just pure Tsareena EX with VANILLUXE, but the end result is always just to deck out your opponent and maybe knock out their Pokemon, but with Hisuian Braviary it's a lot faster, I think, because Tsareena EX just sets it up perfectly, reducing your opponent's Pokemon's HP down to 30, and then Hisuian Braviary will just knock them all out. We got a Bounce Suite from our top deck, and with this Hisuian Heavy Ball we have Skwovet and Rufflet. Speaking of, I think I'm gonna go for Rufflet, because our draw engine, as long as we can set up a big barrel, we should be fine. I'll get another Bounce Suite with this Nest Ball. That way I can retreat this Vanillite and then just put Bounce Suite in the active spot. We can spare more Bounce Suites than Vanillites. We only have 2 Vanillites in this deck, and we have 4 Bounce Suites, so we should be okay. My opponent will start with a Riolu in the active spot. So some type of Lucario for sure. And with their Nest Ball, let's see what we're going up against here. A Mimikyu. Okay. A Mimikyu will put 7 damage counters to our Pokemon. And a Rock Chest Plate to their Riolu to add 30 defense. And a Jacques. Lucario. Dude, they have a Lucario V-Star and a Lucario that can hit for a lot of damage. We got another Bounce Suite from our top deck. Our hand is looking horrible though here. You can use Quick Blow to attack this Riolu. However, we might not even damage. We got Tails anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that Rock Chest Plate will protect them or increase their defense so that we can't really deal any serious amount of damage. But with the hand that we have, we only have 1 rare candy in our hand. This is looking horrible. If we don't draw into some type of a supporter card or anything to evolve into like a barrel to help us draw, we're pretty much dead here. And with my opponent's Mimikyu fully energized, they can just transfer our put damage counters, 7 damage counters to our Pokemon, and then all of our Pokemon is actually within knockout range of this Mimikyu. And with a Lucario evolved, they can just keep charging that up and deal a huge amount of damage, and even have the potential to one-hit knockout our Tsareena EX, even though it has 310 HP. So the Pokemon I can actually just spare are the Bounce Suites, so I'm just gonna put that in the active, and with this Nest Ball, I guess I'll just set up another Bounce Suite. I don't think my opponent will use up a boss orders if they can just knock out my active anyways, so fortunately that's all we could do. Dude, this is a really bad start, and my opponent is also using Tinglu EX that could actually shut down my ability of VANILLUXE and even a Bibarel, but they're gonna target boss my Bidoof into the active spot, and then they can knock it out with this Mimikyu and just destroy me. Now I won't be able to draw extra cards, and I'm just going to die slowly but surely. This is so painful. But yeah, they have pretty good attackers. Tinglu EX can turn off our abilities. Koraidon EX can slowly... Dude, we got an Iono! Yes! Okay, we might still be alive after all. Okay, we can evolve into a VANILLUXE, so that's one less problem. And we can also evolve into Hisuian Braviary. And then... go ahead and evolve into a VANILLUXE. That's fine. That's great. And... I'll just put an energy to my benched Bounce Suite. If we can get like a Tsareena EX, use Arven to get rare candy, we're golden. Because their other Pokemon, Tinglu EX and Miraidon EX, doesn't have any energies yet. But slowly but surely, They're adding damage counters to their Lucario, which could actually help us in the long run, because once they reduce its HP down to just 40 or less, it will not be able to attack. So now they're setting up their Lucario V on their bench, and I've actually showcased that card in my channel a long time ago, and it does hit for a lot of damage. They're going to use supporter card to recover one card from their deck, draw 3. Hisuian Heavy Ball finds them a Mankey. Alright. So this is a deck that is focused on fighting type, but they also have Mimikyu to, I guess, negate any attack damage from any V or EX Pokemon. So that's their guard, and then they focus mainly on dealing a lot of damage. So we lose another Bounce Suite. We need to get a Tsareena EX set up here. If not, we're doomed. Alright, we got a Bidoof. That's a good thing. I might just have to save Arvin here to get, let's see, Rare Candy and a Panic Mask would do. At least that might prevent them from attacking with their Lucario. Let me go ahead and use quick... Wait, hold on. I could actually use Panic Mask on my Bounce Suite, but that's fine. Alright, 10 damage is fine. I can use Panic Mask on my Hisuian Braviary to prevent them from attacking it, and then once I use its attack Eerie Cry, that will put 3 damage counters to their Mimikyu and also their Lucario. And with 4 damage to Lucario, that's going to bring it to 20 HP left, so they can't attack, especially with VANILLUXE in play. So either way, Panic Mask or VANILLUXE, they will not be able to attack at all. And that's going to save us. But slowly but surely, we are dying. We are dying. We can still win this though. We might still be able to win this. So after a bad start, my opponent's Mimikyu slowly knocks out all of my Pokemon. But now we are going to have a payback here. Dude, we got a Tsareena EX. Now we can use our Rare Candy to evolve. We can energize it. And then we can deal those damage to their Tinglu EX and Koraidon EX. For now, we're just going to add 3 damage counters to their Lucario and Mimikyu. And now with VANILLUXE in play, their Mimikyu will not be able to attack at all. And also their Lucario. It's now, we've shut down both their attackers at this point. They will have no choice but to retreat into one of their other Pokemon, but our Tsareena is going to just reduce those Pokemon's HP down to 30 and prevent them from attacking. So with Tinglu EX, since it already has a tool card, we're not worried about my opponent adding like a bravery charm or something to increase their HP. So now they retreat into their Lucario, but unbeknownst to them, they really cannot attack despite all of those energies on their Lucario. They can probably use their Roaring Resolve one more time. Alright, Iono, dude, that's actually going to help us draw extra cards. Thank you. So 6 cards for us, 2 for my opponent, and we got a barrel. So now our consistency is online, despite my opponent taking so many prizes because of a horrible start and we couldn't really set up. Now it's payback. They will add 2 fighting energies to their Tinglu EX, but that's fine. I'm just going to hard retreat this Hisuian Braviary into our Tsareena EX, and I'm just going to Icicle Soul their Tinglu EX, reducing its HP down to 30. And like I said, they don't have any means to increase its HP because of that EXP share attached to it. But if my opponent has any healing options, that could still mess us up. But as of right now, They can't attack with Lucario, they can't attack with Tinglu. The only other option they have is to evolve into a Lucario V-Star and maybe attack for... I'm not sure how many energies exactly it needs, but... Alright, they're going to charge up their Lucario one more time. I mean, you can knock it out, but it's going to knock it out. That's the only thing. But it will survive an attack. And since Hisuian Braviary is ready to go, we could actually take... Maybe I can actually try and take 6 prizes here. That's going to be insane. So my next target will be Koraidon EX. Reduce its HP down to just 30. And with Mimikyu and this Lucario, with all those damage counters on it already, you can actually knock out all of these Pokemon and take 6 prizes. So depending on what my opponent does here, all we need to do is reduce their Koraidon EX's HP. We have a boss orders. We could probably stall. And then I'm thinking of getting that Annihilate into the active spot, because if they can attack with Lucario V-Star, we could just lose this game if they can knock out our Tsareena EX. Because Lucario V is not evolved yet. If we reduce his HP down to 30 and then they evolve, it's not going to matter. It's going to still be able to attack. But no, they cannot attack right now. They're just going to use Koraidon EX to charge up their attackers. They're going to continue to try. But we are going to stall and just boss order this Annihilate. And we're going to Icicle Soul their Miraidon EX. So now, with 2 cards left in their hand, I don't know if they have any switching cards there, but Annihilate will just get stuck in the active spot. We have Escape Rope to switch out our Hisuian Braviary, and then we can use Eerie Cry to just knock out 4 of their Pokemon, 2 single prize and 2 double prize, and that's gonna get us 6 prizes. That's insane. They're gonna boss one of my Pokemon in the active spot. They're gonna put Bidoof in the active, but you know what? That's gonna be game if they have no way to get this Annihilate out of the active spot. And that's gonna be game. There it is. Unbelievable. We actually got 6 prizes in a single turn. That's insane. So for the win, guys, we're gonna use Hisuian Braviary to use Eerie Cry, knocking out 4 of their Pokemon instantly. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 prizes in a single attack. Wow, good game. I can't believe I pulled that off. Good game. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.